If you're looking for storage for your home gym, wall control is pretty much the place to go. You don't need to look any further. We're gonna dive into it. We're gonna talk about all the different options they have available, the colors, the sizes, the price, configurations, what I would personally recommend. We're gonna get into the whole thing, so let's just dive straight into it. One thing that I will say real quick though is they did not send this to me for review. This is all stuff that I purchased with my own money, and it's just so amazing that you need to know about it. Let's start by talking about what is wall control. It's a metal pegboard system, pretty simple. But there are a couple of things that set it apart specifically. One, as I've already mentioned, it is metal, so it's a lot more durable than most other pegboard options out there. So if you're gonna be hanging heavy stuff, then this is gonna be the route that you wanna go. And it also has a diverse ecosystem of different attachments and shelves and things like that. And they have slotted attachments for the wall control hooks, but there's also standard pegboard holes as well, so that you can use any pegboard accessories with your wall control units. The boards themselves come in a variety of shapes and sizes. I have the two most common options here. Across the bottom, I have 4 of these boards that are 16 wide by 32 tall. That number is important because most studs are 16-inch on center. And so every one of these mounting points hits a stud, so it's a lot easier and sturdier to attach to. However, if you aren't able to match it up with your studs based on where you're putting it, or if you don't have 16-inch center studs, they do include concrete anchors as well, so you're covered either way. And then across the top here, I have 32 wide by 16 tall, and I have 2 of those. And it is important to note that there is a difference. These slots are oriented vertical. You can't just take one of these boards, turn it sideways, because then the hooks don't work. So they have horizontal boards and vertical boards, but they have a lot more options other than just these. In addition to the 2 orientations of 16 by 32, there's 8 inches by 32 wide, there's 2.5 inches by 32 wide, there's 2.5 inches by 96 wide, there's 12 by 16 wide, there's 24 by 16 wide, and there's even some different creative options. There's toolboxes, they have all sorts of different storage options. But for most of you out there, you're probably looking at these 2, the 32 by 16 horizontal and the 32 by 16 vertical. And if aesthetics are important to you, they've got you covered with the color options as well. There's black, white, sand, red, blue, pink, purple, gray, green, yellow, orange, beige, galvanized metallic, and you can even get custom artwork printed on there if that's what you want to do. And my goodness, at the hook and accessory options that you have available, pretty much anything you can think of, they've got it here, and they have it in just about any color as well. You can see that they have packages. You have little short hooks, you got a little bit longer hooks, you've got a whole lot longer hooks and a whole lot longer hooks than that. You have some right angle hooks, you have some curved tip hooks, you have some fatter, sturdier hooks if you're going to be hanging heavy stuff on there. You've got some tool holders. You've got something that can hold like a dowel or golf clubs. You've got U-channels. You've got, again, sturdier hooks with a lip on the end so that stuff won't fall off. Another version of a angled hook. You have these guys here that you can slot things down in. Wider versions of those there. Just about anything you can think of, it's here. You can have some spray cans, different shelves of different depth, paper towel holders, clothes hangers. You can even do a wine rack on your wall control boards if you want to. And then you have locks, you have power strips, you have magnetic lights, you have liners if you're worried about things that you're going to be hanging getting scratched up. You've got magnetic tool holders, magnetic socket holders. You've got bins, organizers of different kinds, jar holders, little clamps that you can snap tools into, individual sockets, little 90-degree fold out of the way IV bag hook. Anything you can think of, they've pretty much got it. And another thing that I think is really cool is they did not go with just proprietary slots only. They did what I think is a really cool move, and they made it work with both. You can use only their accessories if you want to, but then you can also use regular pegboard accessories as well. I would not recommend buying the variety pack. I would recommend getting the specific hooks and attachments that you need. If you don't know what you need, let me share with you what I have found to be the most useful after having played with this configuration quite a bit. The number one by far is going to be this 2 7/8 inch hook with the little lip on the end. I have them everywhere, as you can see. I've got one here and 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 there and there and there and there and there and there. They're everywhere. Another one over there. And then I also have some other handles that I'm gonna be getting. You see, I have extras of these because I'm gonna be adding more of these. There's a little bit of an empty spot here and then a big spot here. There's other handles that I'm gonna be getting in for review, and then those are gonna go on these 2 7/8 inch hooks. Buy a lot of these. The next most used one is probably this 6 inch long reach handle with the little lip on the end. I've got my squat belt on one. I've got my belt squat belt on one. My BFR cuffs on one. My Versa grips on one, this larger handle on one, this other larger handle on one. Those are also incredibly useful as well. My third most used one is this C bracket. I have several of those. You'll see one there and one there, one there, one there, for example. And the reason why I like these is because I don't want to take the carabiners off of my handles if I don't have to, but based on the orientation of the hole in the handle and then therefore the orientation of the carabiner is facing towards the board instead of facing side to side, so you can't just slot it on one of these normal hooks. So it's a little bit faster to take the handle on and off if you can just clip it on one of these C brackets and then clip it back on there. I also have a few packs of these U hooks. I only have one pair of them in use right now. You can see my lat pull down bar is on the top on those. And the reason why I got those was because you can see with these, if they're hanging by the carabiner, it takes up a lot more space on the board. And since I usually am using one of these types of bars, I don't use the regular lat pull down bar all that much. Rather than having it hang down and take up a lot of space, I have it sitting on top of those U clamps, so it's taking up less space. So if you have long handles, or if you're a golfer or something like that, then it can be useful to have some of these U clips as well. And you can see I have some shelves on here as well. It's a 12 inch, a 12 inch, and then the paper towel holder, which also has a 4-inch shelf on there. Now, of course, it's a shelf, so you can put whatever you want on there. But to give you an idea of what I have on my shelves, there's the paper towels on the paper towel holder. Pretty self-explanatory. And then I just have my unboxing knife. I did keep my drop set pins on this shelf as well, but I just keep them on the rack itself now. I have my shoes up on here. I want to keep these off the ground because now that we're in a garage instead of in the basement, it's a little bit easier for spiders to get inside, and I don't really want to have to deal with checking my shoes for spiders every single time I put them on. And I've got my chalk on here, got my tape measure because, hey, it's a garage, you need a tape measure. Got my tissues, got my teeter hang-ups, got my little tripod. By the way, this thing, not a part of the video, but this is an awesome tool if you like to check your technique during your workouts, you like to record your sets. Has the little MagSafe ring on there, has a remote control that pops off. This thing is amazing. I'm gonna put the link to this down in the description as well. But I keep this up here so that it's always nice and handy. And then there's the adder pins for my GetRx weight stacks. I have 2 of those. So I have a lot of different attachments on here. And then you can see that there's a pretty common trend of the ones that you're going to need. There's only a few that you actually need if you're mostly just hanging handles and stuff like that. And if I'm being honest, it's kind of just fun to play around with this. If you like doing puzzles, this is kind of like doing a puzzle. You can kind of sit there, stare at it, scratch your head and be like, how can I make this more efficient? How can I make this just a little bit better? And so I will probably redo this a few times. You'll probably see this change on the channel a few times as we go. And if it's not clear already, I absolutely love these things. And in fact, I love these wall control panels so much that I actually got 2 more of them to go in the upstairs gym. I just haven't put them on the wall yet because you can see there's still a little bit of work left to do in here, and I don't know exactly where they're gonna go yet. And of course, these are more expensive than your standard corkboard pegboard, but of course they're way better as well. They're worth the price, and they're not too bad. So if you get a single one, it's gonna be about $30, but if you get a 2-pack, which is really what they want you to do, is to buy the 2 packs. If you get the 2 packs, the price is gonna be a little bit different depending on if you get them off of Amazon or if you get them off of the Wall Control website.
And after recording the video, I reached out to the Wall Control team and was approved their affiliate program, and I was able to get a 10% discount code for you guys. So most of the rest of what I was talking about with the price is irrelevant now. Just use their website. It's cheaper than Amazon. Use the discount code that I was able to get for you guys, and it's gonna save you a ton of money.
So if I have an affiliate link for the website, gonna have that in the link in the description as well. So if you wanna help the channel out so I can keep bringing you reviews like this, click that link to make your purchase. It'll give me a commission and it will cost you nothing extra. But back to the price, what I can tell you is for everything that I've bought here, I went a little bit overboard. I have 6 panels here, and then the 2 other panels that you saw upstairs, plus all of these hooks and shelves, plus all of these other hooks for the boards upstairs, and I ended up spending $352. So it wasn't cheap, but it's a lot of storage. And this review probably ended up sounding a little bit like a sales pitch because honestly, I don't have anything negative to say. It's the first time in a long time that I have gotten a product and then just flat out loved it. I literally just don't have anything bad to say. And if you watched my last video, you know that I don't have any problem calling out negative things when I see them. And sometimes I even get a little bit heated about those negative things. So if you want to see me get heated, then watch the last video. But that's everything for now. As always, you're awesome. God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next week. What in the world? Somebody is like hollering out like a crazy drunk person going down the road.